This is Cassidy's final interview because she will die after this moment.
Alright, threatening me already.
I would never do that.
Okay.
Now, Cassidy, give us just like how you just feel about Survivor. Like, what is Survivor to you?
I mean, I guess like the basic word is community, right? Because like there are just so many people involved in so many facets. We do a lot of work too, a lot of creative work, a lot of logistical work. So it's it's full of that. It's full of memories. People remember things and recall things from their seasons or seasons that they've watched, seasons that they produced. It's cultivated like its own moment almost, and it's everything, but it's also something so unique.
What has been your favorite moment each season you've been involved in?
Oh God, you're gonna have me here forever. Okay, so I've been involved in every season.
Oh, maybe I should have asked that question.
Well, you've already got me started. So, I mean, season 1, I was a spectator, and I was technically on like a weird production thing, although I really didn't actually do anything. Season 1 was just seeing it go from something that I thought was gonna just blow over quickly to realize, oh, this is actually like a thing now. Season 2, I won season 2, but I think that ultimately meeting, or maybe I should say it was season 1, that I guess like, as like the royal, what's important, was the creation. But I guess my favorite thing about season 1 was I met Alexandra. I mean, duh, that was...
We love Alexandra.
We love Alexandra. And in season 2, what my favorite thing was like Alexandra reacting in my confessional, which was so fun. Like Alexandra was just like really a light there. Now that I kind of think about it, but there were lots of other cool things. Evan Lang's villainry and his Viking funeral was crazy. Season 3, it was season 2 and going into season 3, like meeting Sean, because Sean watched me in season 2 and I watched him in season 3. So it was like a weird parasocial relationship that actually became like into a real friendship. So with that, I think would be, that came out of it, which was something very unique. Season 4, I was Codemaster. Actually in season 4, I loved the BRC Alliance Day and being in the chat and hearing everybody talk about it. Was that season 4? Oh my God, it feels like it just happened. I also really just enjoyed the first idol hunt and watching it. That felt like everything paid off. Season 5 was being able to really understand my own role and how I am in Survivor. And season 6, I could say a million things, but I think that the 2 things that I think were the coolest things that we did that were unique were the friendship twists, which has never been done before. Shout out to like Mia and Nora for that idea. And then my idea was changing up Fallen Comrades to make it less centered around people's fun facts and more about how they think about Survivor. And I think that Fallen Comrades changing, that was my first thought after the end of season 5, because KT lost that, because how could they have known?
Yeah.
And I was like, we can change this, and I was really happy with that.
Since you've been through Survivor, its entire history,
yeah.
What is one thing that you think you have helped to change the organization for the better? And what is one thing you're looking forward to seeing changed or improved on?
Yeah, I think that, we make a bunch of jokes about hazing, right? That's like the funny thing, is like, no exclamation point, no hazing, exclamation point, Petrofina. And it is funny, and it continues to be funny, and I encourage these jokes. But the fact that we're talking about this kind of stuff is really important, and how we think about it. And I know that stuff like that wasn't maybe as in place earlier on, not because anybody had any malicious intentions by any means, but people didn't understand. And so the education and knowledge and watching that, continue. Season 2, I played in it, and it wasn't, there were some great things, but there were also some really not great things that should not have happened. And being able to understand leadership in a new way and in an important way, and not just a ragtag group of people, but instead an organization that has a function. Now, I'm not somebody who really cares too much about like, the procedural documents. Maybe you'll hear about that from Sean. But I am somebody who cares about the spirit, and I think that we've been able to keep very good spirit, and with our work in making sure everybody is comfortable, everybody's safe, and everybody's having fun. Oh, and the other one was like what I'm looking forward to. I guess continuing in that, like, it's important to keep that up. But just generally, I'm really looking forward to see what Nora has to, like, what she's gonna do. Because, I honestly think this season was kick-ass, and I can't wait to see her one-up it.
I think every season's been one-upped in some
Yes.
insane way.
And that's the important way, is like, we just keep going up and up.
Silly joke question, but how does it feel to have the most trans season ever?
Wonderful. Like, I would say, like, I know it's a joke. I love my people a lot, and I'm very glad that people feel comfortable being themselves. Like,
Truly.
that's just the fact that, like, we can have so many people be comfortable being openly trans in our community, and obviously all other kinds of identities, but we've just been seeing a lot of trans identities this year, which is fun. But like seeing that as possible, especially like right now when being trans is it's very criminalized and very, it's not safe, and that people feel safe saying, what they want to be called around us is super, very enlightening in a way that I did not expect. Like I care about my community. I've always cared about my community, but really, that coming up in the last couple of days has made me reflect in a way that I had not before.
Do you have just any final thoughts, any final farewells, anything you'd like to say?
I'm off to the old folks home. Please remember to write me. I don't know how I'm going to be, in the community after my graduation, because I have to kind of understand, like, the difference between being a student and being an alum. And an alum is not a role I've had before. I've had so many roles. I've been a spectator. I've been a castaway. I've been production. I've been codemaster. I've been a general host, and I've been a main host. But I haven't been an alum. So it'll be interesting to see how that role changes and things change for me. I know it won't be the same, but I know that it will be good.
Well, we love you. Everybody, this is the final Cassidy, our last season. All right, bye Cassidy.
Bye.